But let's look at what the future holds for Nasarawa APC. Joining us tonight is a leader of the party, a central figure in Nasarawa APC politics, a former governor and APC chieftain, Senator Tanko Almakura, who joins us live from Abuja. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us tonight on the program.
Thank you very much.
Let me begin, Governor Almakura. Yeah, thank you so much indeed. You as a leader of APC in Nasarawa State, and of course, there are those who believe that your leadership in the APC as a major stakeholder is also something that no one can push aside. Now, in that sense, there are those who have accused Governor Sule of not consulting. Were you consulted, or you heard it on the news about the endorsement of Senator Wadada? Your Excellency, I don't know if you can hear me. I was asking if whether or not you were consulted by Governor Sule, or you just had it on the news, over the news, that he had endorsed Senator Wadada.
The network has just ceased, but if I can recall what you were saying before it went off, you are talking about my views about the visit to the visa with Wadada to meet Mr. President as his own preferred successor. I think to a large extent this to me is an aberration and is a little too hasty, that at this point in time, when the party has not actually brought out its guidelines for the exercise, and in spite of the fact that quite a number of people are angling for this position, and given the fact that there was no proper consultation amongst critical stakeholders and unanimous understanding with regard to the position of the state or of the party, and I feel for the governor to take anybody, not even Wadada, to Mr. President at this point in time is a little too hasty, and is a violation of the due process that this side is supposed to ensure.
So, Your Excellency, you are saying categorically that you were not consulted.
I can say without any fear of contradiction that I was never consulted before any candidate was taken to the villa to show Mr. President.
The state, Governor Almakura, by Governor Sule, regarding Senator Wadada, what do you make of that statement and the endorsement?
Okay, can you come again, because it's sitting still again?
Earlier on, we played a clip with Governor Sule talking about his reasons for endorsing Senator Wadada. What do you make of that statement?
No, I think that the statement that Wadada is his choice, I think, is being very unfair to the people and party of Nasarawa State. Nobody deprives the governor of his own right, democratic right and constitutional right to have a choice. This is okay. Nobody stops him. Nobody is worried about whoever he wants to support or wants to succeed him. But no matter how much he is in a hurry to have who will succeed him, due process must be followed. And the due process has to be either consensus or direct primaries. And not long ago, about 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting with all stakeholders in the Governor's Lodge in Abuja, and we're all agreed that it's going to be direct primaries. The contentious issue of zoning was even shelved off. The governor himself categorically confessed to have made a mistake in calling for the issue of zoning, because what I used at my period was what I call the brother's keeper idea, the doctrine of brother's keepers. And we agreed on that day that the vehicle, the process that will be used to bring out the choice of the party will be direct primaries. He even confessed in his interview with the press shortly after the meeting. So I'm really shocked and surprised. Not me, a lot of people appear that it is not fair on the party, it is not fair on the stakeholders, because we are never consulted, and I think it is also not fair for Mr. President that somebody should be taken to him without consensus, without a unanimous understanding or agreement or even consultation.
What would you regard, or what would you make, or what would you describe as due process in your own thinking, Governor Almakura? What is due process?
Sorry, can you come again? It's season.
You talked about due process. What in your own thinking is due process? What do you think should have been done that Governor Sule did not do?
Okay, thank you very much. You see, at the point he went to the presidency to present Senator Wadada, I still believe, I still stand by my word that due process was not followed. In the first instance, there was no consultation, to me particularly, and many other stakeholders that ought to know what is in the governor's mind before he goes to Mr. President. If the governor has this idea, has this likeness, and keeps it to himself, it's quite okay, and work tirelessly towards the success of Wadada, I don't have qualms with that. But to go to Mr. President on behalf of the state, as the state governor, appears not the best, and it does not conform to due process. Why I say it does not conform to due process is, yes, because one, all the aspirants that are angling for this position, I call them interested parties. None of them is an aspirant. You can be an aspirant only when you purchase the form and you express your interest, followed by the next process, which is the primaries. At that point in time, when party stalwarts, when party followers, when party supporters show the person they prefer and he emerges, that is when you have a candidate. Thereafter, it is only when there is the general election, when the person that is the candidate is elected by the general populace of the people in the state, that person becomes the successor awaiting inauguration. But from nowhere, His Excellency Engineer Sule went to the presidency and had the temerity, with due respect, to say this is his successor, when this preceding processes, 3 in number, have not been accomplished. I think that is an aberration, and I think it's not fair to the people of Nasarawa State. We don't have any problem with Wadada or any other aspirant, but let these procedures, one after the other, arrive before you can call someone your successor. He is entitled, just like many of us, to have or to wish or to like a candidate, but leave it within yourself not to take that candidate on behalf of the party or behalf of the state.
you have someone like former IGP Adamu, who is also an interested party and a top contender in this race. And there are those who say maybe Governor Almakura prefers or think that IGP Adamu might do a better job or be a better candidate for the APC in Nasarawa State. Is that your thinking, Your Excellency?
Thank you very much. It's not an issue of whether Tanko Almakura prefers one candidate or another. As a former governor, as one of the critical stakeholders in the state, and as one who has tediously worked assiduously to ensure that this party grows in Nasarawa State, as one who had been part and parcel of the merger exercise representing CPC, as one who became the APC president and the APC governor in Nasarawa State with the merger, I feel a sense of duty, a sense of responsibility, a sense of commitment to the party to ensure that everything that is being done is done in line with the guidelines and the rules of the party. The issue about liking someone as against another, I think is just speculative. The person I most prefer to win and represent the party during election is the person who has done the best he can to ensure that the party wins. The person who has moved around the entire state constituency, consults with people, expresses his own ideas, and shows covenant with the people. So, as far as I'm concerned, amongst all these candidates, virtually all of them have participated actively in the past 1 year in going and soliciting people's support. And to me, IG Abubakar is among the top of them that has worked assiduously to propagate the party, to encourage the party, to stimulate lightness and activity in the party by doing so many other things. There are also many others like Nana Araba, like Faisal, like the Accountant General, like Wadada himself. Virtually all of them were all around the state working towards ensuring that people understand their manifesto and support them. However, I would not want to say this is my preferred candidate, because as a leader, I would want the person who would definitely ensure that my party succeeds. And Inspector General of Police Abubakar Adamu appears to be one of those that make the party attractive, that makes the party consolidated, that makes the party really an attraction for a lot of our supporters, including people from other political parties.
Would you say, Governor Almakura, that the kind of protest and agitation that trailed Senator Wadada's endorsement by Governor Sule, and we saw those who are supporters of IGP Adamu against Governor Sule's decision, does it show that there is some kind of popularity of IGP Adamu in the race in the state? And perhaps those who believe that maybe it belongs to your own school of thought as far as this race is concerned?
Sorry, can you come again?
So I'm saying that I saw a clip of supporters of former IGB Adamu who were protesting Governor Sule's endorsement of Senator Wadada, and I'm asking, does it mean that IGP Adamu is that popular on the ground, and that there are those who believe that IGP Adamu belongs to your group of the APC in Nasarawa State? Is that the case?
Sorry, like I told you, your device is not synchronizing with my hearing aid, and I wish you are close by.
All right. So yeah, I understand, Governor Almakura, but I don't know if you can hear me now. The way forward will be one thing a lot of people will be looking forward to. How do you fix this if some stakeholders are not happy? What is the way forward? As a leader of the party in Nasarawa State, what's the way forward?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Oh, there. I don't know. Let me give you another try. Governor Almakura, what is the way forward for your party in Nasarawa State? Because this has definitely divided your party. And as a leader, with your intervention, how does the APC move forward in Nasarawa State?
You see, if people feel aggrieved about certain violations by leaders who are supposed to ensure due process and compliance. Sorry, I'm having an echo. Yes, okay, now it's better now. When people expect leaders to comply with due process and guidelines of the party and find that those leaders are short-circuiting the process, there is bound to be upset, there is bound to be provocation, there is bound to be discomfort, that's the right word, with this process, because the people will lose confidence in the leadership. Why the hurry? Why the haste? I believe, as one of the leaders of the party in the state and the country at large, it is in my own best interest. It's in the best interest of anybody who loves APC, who wants APC to succeed, that whatever we have to do should be in line with what people will accept as free, fair, and credible. The danger in not doing that is that you provoke people who unwillingly would go and do things that may not be in the interest of the party. So, and as far as I'm concerned, APC has come strong in the country by the performance it has done, by the performance of the people that occupy the various elected positions. So we want to maintain that streak of success, especially that we are very close to election. Everything that we have to do in proper perspective, so that our supporters will be comfortable to support the party, not only in primaries, but even during general elections.
Finally, and quickly too, Governor Almakura, there are those who believe that, but you had the opportunity of picking your successor. Why are you opposing Governor Sule from picking his successor?
Thank you very much. I think that has to be corrected. Not only me, virtually every governor has a right to wish to have a successor. Every sitting governor on his way out, what will comfort him and give him some kind of rest of mind is to ensure that whoever emerges in the process is someone that he can trust, is someone that he has confidence that such a person would be able to deliver and even go beyond where he has stayed, what he has achieved. In my own case, yes, I had a preferred candidate, and that preferred candidate is Engineer Sule. However, I did not fast track that desire at the expense of the process that is supposed to give every contestant the comfort to believe that the process would be free and fair. What I did at that point in time, 6 months before the primaries, after looking at most of the candidates, it dawned on me that I would prefer Engineer Sule. for so many reasons. And I decided to support him because at the point we were at that point in time, there is a senatorial zone, but since the creation of the state, that senatorial zone has not been able to produce a governor in the history of the state. And if we left them on their own, it was most unlikely that they would be able to muster the numerical superiority to bring a governor from their side.
Governor Almakura, yeah.
So, what I tried to do was to ensure the application of doctrine of brothers keepers. I met with traditional rulers, I met with critical stakeholders, I met with virtually all the groups that were visible to ensure the success of the exercise, to appeal to them that even though it is everybody's right to contest and everybody is free to contest, I would prefer someone from the northern zone. This is to ensure that these people are considered as part and parcel of the state, to ensure equity, to ensure justice.
Governor Almakura, yeah. But we're totally out of time. So, thank you so much indeed. Senator Tanko Almakura, former governor of Nasarawa State, many thanks indeed for your thought tonight on this subject matter. And I wish you, your party, and the state of Nasarawa the very best in the coming days. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you very much.